Hey guys, it's us. We're the Bittersweet Gamers, but at this point, you probably knew that already. So this is it. It's the final episode of Deadly Premonition.
You've come with us this far, so why not stick around just a little bit longer?
We'll be starting the ending, so sit back and enjoy.
Or else.
Oh God! Is it just me, or does Zach actually look a little bit like Old Snake?
My God, you're right!
The conspiracies never end! But the game does.
Not gonna type out the final report?
York, tonight I'm going to sleep like a baby.
He's probably earned a night off, don't you think?
Yes! Very much so.
I guess then we'll go into the White Room.
Quite possibly. We've still got one card left, so I'm going to try and keep a lookout.
It's over. All finished. It's time for you to leave town. Are you ready to go?
Kind of not really, actually.
All right. Take as long as you need. I'm on your side no matter what. Good night, Zach.
Just kidding, we didn't leave. We couldn't leave without having our fortune told again.
Well, we faked you out. So what's going to happen in the coffee?
Sunglasses. Coffee and milk go together like John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. The Blues Brothers of the tabletop. It's time for you to leave town. Are you ready to go? Then this is goodbye, Zach.
Bye, York.
Thank you for everything. Good night, Zach. And sleep tight.
Man, what a great game.
Indeed.
Kaysen, huh?
Of course he is. He was the caretaker all along. Oh, wait, no.
You know, he was Polly's friend.
That picture?
He's everyone's friend.
Oh, that. We took it when the clock tower was built.
Even a guy like
50
Kaysen.
years ago?
Lysander's there.
That's right. That's me in the middle.
But you know,
What?
I was pretty popular back then.
But you know, poor
Men were
George.
always around
Yeah.
me.
Even George didn't really ever
Sorry
make
to keep
friends.
you waiting. Just sign
Yeah.
here,
Even some
please.
monster like Kaysen actually had real human relations with other people.
Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
Mr. Morgan.
How sad.
Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. I was just thinking of a friend. Someone who was with me for a long, long time.
He must have been a really good friend then. Otherwise, why else would you remember him at a time like this?
Indeed. We used to fight.
Did they
But
really?
he really
They
wasn't.
Right.
both said it.
He's gone now, though. Gone away to a place where we can't meet again.
I'm sorry to hear that. But if he's a friend of yours, I'm sure he's getting on just fine.
Lots of encouragement
Thank you,
from these
Polly.
people.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
Game, don't you crash during the ending.
Right? You're not going to walk home, are you, Zach?
He'll drive out with his fleet of cars. Guess Zach doesn't smoke, huh?
I guess not.
I don't like that.
What the Is it going to have like Case's head on it or something?
Didn't the game kind of start like in the opening
With the ladybug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that's maybe what that was about. That's not what I was expecting, but I suppose at this point, what else
Yeah.
is there to say?
Die?
No. She became the goddess of the forest. Even now, she is still in the forest with York. She watches over the world from there.
Emily became a goddess.
That's
Zach did not age well.
Isn't that a lovely ending?
Hey, Grandpa,
Probably like 50, 55 years later.
what kind of person is York?
He's a real nice guy.
I wonder if she's asking because, I mean, that's why I laugh.
Yeah.
Small.
Like Mr. Teddy?
Who has a tie?
Yes. Just like Mr. Teddy. A very important friend.
Does he talk to you in your head, too?
Like 20 years later, so Mr. Teddy is doing the shoulder tap.
Well, man, Deadly Premonition, thanks a lot.
Emily, it's almost time for dinner. Take your grandfather's dinner up to him, will you?
Now that we've got you here, let's just say thank you. Thank you for sticking with us through this entire game. 70-something odd episodes, and you've been with
How's
us
your
for
grandfather
each
doing?
one. So we
I
want to
don't
say
know.
from the bottom of our
Calling
hearts,
me Emily again.
thank you.
Oh dear, he must be losing his memory. You are Louise, honey. Michelle Louise Morgan. Not Emily. You know that, right?
I know my own name, Mom.
I know you do, baby. You're just so lovely, Louise. I'm sure that's why your grandfather mixes you up with a goddess.
Thank you very much. It really means a lot to us. And we hope you've been entertained this whole time, too. When we first picked up Deadly Premonition,
Where is
we
the
hadn't
goddess?
planned it, we hadn't thought about it, and we didn't know anything about it at all. We honestly picked it up completely
I
randomly.
believe
And
so.
it turned out to be
But I've
one of
never
our
met one.
favorite games. We really enjoyed this game a lot.
You're so pretty.
And we're glad
You look
that
like a
you were
goddess.
here to enjoy it with
Oh,
us.
thank you, honey.
Not only
I'm a
have we
goddess,
enjoyed
but
this
you
game
are an
immensely,
angel.
but this game has taught us about ourselves and each other. Quite specifically, the topics and the manner in which they were presented has sparked conversations between us that have taught us more about each other. The things we've talked about, we've known each other for years.
Decades.
Most of our lives.
Right.
And we still learn more about ourselves and each other's just from these conversations.
It's not something that you guys have seen. It's mostly been conversations that we had off camera. But we never expected that Deadly Premonition would make us more mature, more self-aware people, and have made us better friends. So thanks, Deadly Premonition, and thanks to you guys. If you guys hadn't been watching, we never would have actually had these conversations and learned more about ourselves.
So something else this game taught us, 5 episodes a week are really hard. So we're going to cut down a little bit.
You've probably noticed already, we just don't quite have enough time to do 5 episodes a week every time.
Because reasons. When we have the material available and don't feel pressured, we'll release a little bit more than just Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But for a while, it's going to be 3 times a week, unless we decide to throw something special out.
We hope you'll join us for our next project, Shadow of Destiny of Memories, or whatever the heck that game is called, and also Persona 5.
We're also going to be doing one-offs, as well as getting to some games that we've been promising, but now we'll have free time because we won't have 5 episodes a week, and Deadly Premonition will no longer be beating down our door.
On another note, we have some older playthroughs of some retro games that we did kind of for practice to see if we could actually learn how to do this.
Full disclosure, this was before we got good. You've been warned.
Well, as good as we are anyway. If there's interest, we might post those. So if you guys do want to see our older, crummier
Embarrassing.
playthroughs, let us know in the comments and we'll post them for you. That way we'll definitely be doing 5 episodes a week for a while. But enough about us and enough about our channel. We have a couple more things about this game.
We really love this game. Can you tell?
We're really going to miss you, Greenvale. And we're going to miss everybody in it.
You know, I think I'm gonna miss Keith Ingram the most.
I knew you were going to say Keith.
He was the most honest, the most open, and despite the fact that he didn't really sell as much as his wife, he was a businessman with those psychic spot maps. That was a practiced art. The man's a performer.
Of course he's a performer.
Well, not just with Grekach, the legendary Grekach.
I mean, you look at the poster on his wall, and...
Do you believe those stories that Grandpa tells?
You believe them, Louise? They're all just made-up stories, dear. All fiction, like your picture books.
So all my picture book stories aren't true?
Oh, don't twist things around, Louise. You just want to know everything, don't you?
So on that note, I'll just say, rock and roll forever, man.
Like, yeah, FBI? You want to hear a scary story?
Here, take this dinner to your grandpa.
As for me, my favorite
Go on
character
while it's still
is a
hot.
pretty tragic one.
Mom,
And that's
I
George.
understand what Grandpa's talking about. I've got Mr. Teddy.
I really felt bad for the guy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we spent most of this playthrough talking about George and Emily, and I do really like Emily a lot. I mean, I think my favorite really was George. I just feel so bad for the guy.
He's an important character.
I'm not trying to justify anything he did or make him more sympathetic than he is, but I feel sorry for him, and I think that, to me, him not being in the forest is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I've started to mention this before. Even Kaysen had human connections, fake as though they were, but George could just never get any of that. And I mean, you know, Harry, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a giant tragedy. I wanted the George that talked to us in the bar that one night to be the real George, and I was hoping that some other people could have forgiven him, or that he could have forgiven himself.
That's the important one.
What about you?
Which character was your favorite? Leave it in the comments.
This has been a long game, and an emotional roller coaster. So out of respect for the ending,
We're going to let the game speak for itself.
Zach, it's great to see you again. How many years has it been? I've been close to you the whole time. You probably couldn't see me, but you felt my presence nearby, right, Zach? I never thought you'd get married and have a family. Quite a surprise. I spent years honing my profiling skills, but I never saw that one coming. That's what makes humans so interesting. And that's why I just can't leave you guys alone. More than anything else. Seeing you look so happy is the best thing I could ever ask for. Anyway, Zach, did you see the newspaper today? As it turns out, over the last 3 months, there's been a string of bizarre incidents near New Orleans. Residents there are reporting a sudden strike of nausea, and then they completely lose control of their bodies. Some have already had 2 months of only being able to walk backwards. Does that make you feel anything? It makes me feel something. I know you feel it too, Zach. Okay, Zach. I thought that's what you'd say. Well then, it's time to wake up, Zach.
Alright guys, this just keeps stretching on forever and ever. Now we said we were gonna 100% this game, okay?
That's correct.
Now we missed one infinite ammo gun, and we can't get that, who cares? But
Yeah.
you know what we don't have?
The last card.
So credit to Vanessa for telling us about this one.
Thanks, Vanessa.
So we get a gallery in here, right?
Uh-huh.
You hit that middle part. Huh. Better write that down. We'll be back. TV 35. VB 14. Vocal box, I suppose?
Voice box?
Voice box. TC 26. And PT 203. I don't know about the PT, but it's pretty obvious what the 203 is. A secret noise.
Well. What do we have here?
Just full of surprises, huh?
Guess I'll just go through a door. Why, hello there.
What do you got for us, buddy?
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, let's look at the card. Can't live without ketchup, you Philistine!